Yeah, babe. I hope you're drinking enough water, getting enough rest, and doing your best to let shit go, both figuratively and literally. Hey, this is today's video diary talking about Colon Chronicles and the various things that are on my mind and my life experience right now. So, first off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being who you are, for being where you are, for doing all of the things that you do for you and for other people that you're not thanked enough for. Let me just tell you, like, you are so amazing. I see you. Even in the shitty shit and in the things that I don't know about, I don't need to know shit about you to know that you're worthy of love. How do I know that? Because I am too. My heart is good. It's broken in pieces, and today's kind of been, oh man, a really emotional day. I woke up after morning meditation that drifted off into sleep, and then I got up and felt my heart kind of crackling or what have you, and I went to go talk to the trees, and sometimes I take bread outside to put out there because when the birds come get it, it's really fun to watch the birds like come get the bread that I put out there. And then I talk to the fairies that are in the trees and like thank them for receiving the offering that I gave them the last time I was out there and all this other kind of stuff. And so yesterday I took my 16-year-old son with me to meditation, and I really enjoyed it. It was nice, and he was just going through some things emotionally, and he was talking about his thoughts and sharing them, and he even cried, and I was like, man, you know, the strength in him to be able to cry openly in front of people he had never met before. He was not embarrassed. He wasn't embarrassed to cry in front of me, and I just held space for him. I said, maybe it's okay to feel those feelings. Good. And during the course of the meditation, I kind of had like an image of myself, like angrily giving somebody a piece of my mind and whatnot. I kind of just like let that go a little bit. And as people are talking about, you know, what they observed, their experience during the meditation, one of the people talked about like reaching out energetically to each of the people that were there, and she was apparently experiencing some level of just from, I can't say apparently, my interpretation of what she shared said to me that she was experiencing some level of lack of worthiness. She mentioned something about being around family, and her mom, who was there too, said something about, yeah, you have to talk to me about that later. And I'm just like, okay, like, if it's family, tends to me, like, what? It's just given. Like, what? They gonna do that or whatever. Part of the healing journey is understanding yourself where you are, that other people are where they are, and just to accept them where they are. I've worked to have a sense of humor about myself. Is it always easy? No. It's not always easy to have a sense of humor about yourself, especially when you're like growing and whatnot. You're kind of tentatively taking those steps forward, and then, you know, just you're concerned about failure, and you realize that the failure is just a mental game that you play with yourself, either psych yourself up or bring yourself down, hold yourself back, or what have you. Like, the only thing that is stopping you from doing what you want to do is like your fear of maybe the consequence. That's a thought. But like, yeah, you're free to choose, not free of the consequences of those actions. And then the thing that comes back around is you are free to choose, and like the consequences of your actions can be the lesson or the blessing that comes along for you taking that chance, like stepping out on faith, knowing that the universe has you. Like, yeah, no matter what, the universe has your back, and you will not die before your time. So I tell a story often about my relationship with my now late sister. A lot of you that follow me, who have been connected with me via Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok, know that my sister Mia passed away in July of 2022, and that was kind of like losing my other mom. So I looked up to her, like her style and her grace, and just I looked up to her in some for all my life, and it just seemed like after my mom passed, I just shifted my attention to her as my other mom or what have you, and she didn't know that. I didn't say, hey, now I attribute to you all the attributes of my mother figure or whatever. I just wanted her approval, just as a kid and whatnot. After she passed away, and I'm looking around to see who the next person is gonna be that I need to focus my energy on pleasing and looking up to. Is I decided it had to be me, the version of me that I aspire to be, the version of me that is confident, the version of me that like goes for it and whatnot, and just has a good time. And I enjoy myself, being myself, and encouraging other people to be themselves and see themselves as amazing and beautiful and wonderful. And yeah, I feel like I should have done this a long time ago, but I mean, I've been starting. That's how I've started. I've been starting over, like, in my walk of desire to have a polyamorous relationship. Polyamory means many love. Amory is the root word of love, amour, in the Romance languages. Poly means many, so polyamory is many loves. And there's very different permutations as to how that executes itself. And I'm of the mind, because I'm queer, I'm attracted to energies, to people. Like, if we can get into a state of mutual appreciation, you can pick up what I'm putting down or whatever, like, yeah, it's great. And I feel as though, like, going on my healing journey, like, within myself, kind of understanding the function of sex in my life and my desire to have it, and relationships, and how all of the things that make up what I believe to be a healthy relationship include sex. They include open communication. They include transparency. And my aspiration has been to display those aspects both with myself and with other people. That can be very scary. Why? Because people judge. They will take the information that you give them and they use it against you, or it seems that way, or they use it to judge you as more or less than, or what have you. I noticed in my introspection that I tend to like have this thing where I'll give you some information that you can judge as bad and just wait to see what you do with it. And then that really lets me know whether or not I need to pour any more energy or attention into you, like if you don't appreciate it or what have you. But then I just have to appreciate myself. That is the lesson for me to remember and to execute so consistently, is for me to appreciate myself, the good, bad, and the indifferent. And appreciating myself where I am allows me to be satisfied with what is, and as well as eager for more. And I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready. Like my heart has been crackling of late. And that that's like a little excitement. The word anxiety comes to mind, but it can be excitement as well, just because I know that I have been working towards something like bit by bit, and I have been encouraging myself to be patient, because I'm relatively impatient. But that's because, like, I saw a vision years ago, and I've been like feeling like it's already here, and then I have allowed people to talk me out of it or what have you, to make me just face reality. Yes, you do have to face reality. The circumstances of your life experience are based on the choices that you make now, but the way that you look at your circumstances determines the next choices that you make in your future. So who you are right now determines who you will be in the future. What kind of growth you're going to have for you and for those that you care about. If you're in a relationship, that person. Now, I heard this quote from Beyonce, have yourself a life before you try to be somebody's wife. And I'm just like, okay, that was wisdom. Know what kind of life you want to have and start living aspects of that as much as possible. If you don't know how, then take 10 minutes. You gotta sit with yourself and your feelings. And I came across some of my writings as I'm getting together many of the coloring pages that I have been putting together, and I came across some paintings that I did with my niece. Just just experimenting and seeing how I can. Look at that. Oh. And that's me. I did that. So, and then here is this I don't know what's in this little baggie here. So let's time capsule type of thing. All right. So this is Wednesday, January 6, 2021. Looks like notes, corsage. I've got some, see that, some little doodles. Always doodling. This is from 2021. I started working on coloring pages in 2020. This is from 2017. Last day in Detroit. Departing for NC after breakfast. Up early to walk and write while the area is quiet. Embassy Suites. 2 weeks after 7 weeks. And the BPRJ. My ultimate minimalist staycation, aka jail visit. Comment down below if you want to hear that story. That's pretty interesting. Struck up a conversation. Trying to see if they would. Trying to see if I can get someone to help me play bid whist. That's very interesting because I associate that game with my Uncle Isi, my father's brother, who passed away a couple years ago. And I'll decline, chatted for a bit, and shared encouragements. Make new friends, share your gifts. Be comfortable in your skin. Praise the divine within. Oh, I love that. So this is an example of how I used to journal. And just draw a bunch of, circles and random shapes within that. I think I'm going to make some more blanks like this. Anyway, blanks are what I call the coloring pages that I make. So I'm kind of looking through here. I did resiliency training and had a group that would meet weekly, and then after the end of that, we continued to meet. But one day I had a wild idea. Why don't we all get together and figure out how we can help each other make money? And then my excitement was overwhelmingly rejected, and I never heard from them again. So, that is the, hey, people who love themselves and love you too want to help you do the things that you want to do. And even want to help you do it better than you were thinking about doing it. And I'm just kind of, it's hard to accept help from people wanting you to do better than you're currently doing without them appreciating what you're currently doing. So I appreciate the fact that in my life experience, like right now, I have people who encourage me to do what it is I'm doing, which is enjoying myself, being creative, writing, reading. I am going to, I have not decided yet if I'm going to pick a card or just read my playing cards and whatnot. I'll probably do that, since that is the way that just really lights me up that much more. And ooh, look at there. It's so creative. And see how this can have like this really dope kind of 3D effect. And that's unintentional. That's the thing I think is really cool. Ooh, here's one. These are some older pieces from a couple years back. And just I'm getting a chance to see really just how far I've come. Oh, this is laugh, smile, new beginning. What do you want? What would you love? Oh, I love that. What would you love? I was talking to a friend of mine today, who is a comedian, and I think that he is just absolutely amazing. Ricky Smooth. He is the king of weird shit, and he came to mind as I was looking through my writings today, and something I said to him, he said was profound, and I was like, if you chase joy, what was it? I gotta look it up. Hang on a second. I gotta look for this because this was pretty dope. Be greedy for joy and happiness, and it will run towards you. So yeah, be greedy for joy and happiness, and it'll run towards you. Because you want more, you want more, you want more. Like when we are greedy for the tangible things and whatnot, we do manage to accumulate them, and then when things go awry, we look around, we have all this stuff, but we don't have joy. But at some point, the stuff that we were accumulating brought us joy. So, everything was like a spark of ooh for somebody at some point. So, yes, my heart is tingling. So, we're going to take a moment to play our singing bowl a little bit here today. I have noticed that I think one of my friends may have some singing bowls. Front, back, side to side. Like hit the four corners on that. This thing is really dope. My left ear is ringing. I don't know if you can see that, but I think that is just really cool seeing that. So I tried an experiment with my singing bowl one time, and I decided to put some water in it to see whether or not the water's presence, look at this, I hadn't even noticed this, to see whether or not the water's presence in the bowl was going to change the way that it sounded. And it didn't change the way that it sounded to me, at all. Now, I did not feel it all the way up. I felt it about halfway. So, another way that I could experiment with this was work with different levels of water. So, that is, I like to experiment and understand a little bit of how things work from an energetic perspective, especially as it pertains to sound. Because I know that my friend Ricky was telling me that my voice does something to him, and I was just like, I don't, and mean for it to but I know that during the course of this conversation, I really wanted to be playful with him and joke around because he's a comedian and he's funny, and it's nice to riff and be playful with someone who's also weird. So but he didn't want to do that because he was spending time with his daughter, which I think is fine. I mean, I wasn't saying anything too particularly wild, and I don't know. I was just being playful, hey, trying to joke you around, because he had taken some pictures, and he had on so many layers. I was like, how did you not peel those clothes off like a banana when you got done? 3 layers under lights, and then the pictures looked as though they were professionally done. So I'm from my recollection and awareness, professional lights are there a lot. But nowadays they can cast, I don't know, lights aren't as hot as they used to be. But I just saw him and just thought man, you must be really hot in that stuff or whatever. And I was, okay, hot, naked. It was just thinking we was gonna play around with that a little bit. But no. He was like, yeah, that's just how I normally dress and yada yada yada. So I was like, okay, all right. So we got off the phone, and he sends me a text and was like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my daughter. And I was wondering why you didn't want to play around with me or whatever. That was how our conversations have been in the past. And so he was like, nah, I focus on the kids. I'm like, okay. I don't feel as though I was offended. Did I get what I wanted out of the conversation? Not particularly, because I like to hear him laugh, but I still I'm maintaining that friendship, and that's really part of what I'm doing right now as far as like interpersonally is concerned. Appreciating the people in my life for just merely their presence in my life, pouring into them as much as possible, because I have chosen intentionally to pour into myself as much as possible. I get up in the morning, I prepare all of my own food, so when I go eat out, it is truly like an occasion. So it's rather rare that I pull up in a drive-thru, and I'm proud of myself last night because I had the thought to and I chose not to. I came home and cooked. I probably will get something out to eat today because I intend to go to a meetup, so like I'm excited about that. And I pulled out all of my miscellaneous journals today, and this one is empty. It had pages in it. So if you would like for me to fill this up with 22, well, we'll say 30, because I have enough to do that. 30 randomly chosen pages, because I'm getting ready to show you what's in there. Comment down below, and then I will respond to your comment with further instructions. So again, that's a 30-page 3-ring binder of coloring pages made by yours truly, Coley The MomInShaMan. So, okay, here is the book. 22, 15, 16 on the timer. All right, see this? That's my name, Coley The MomInShaMan. And here are some of pictures. There's my Cash App. There is, yeah. And there are a lot of pages, so I'll just thumb through these. I'm working on a couple of commission pieces that aren't in here right now. Oh, there's an empty one. That means I need to put some pages in there. Woohoo! Intend to go to an event this evening, and I was mulling over whether or not I was going to perform at the open mic, and I still haven't decided, so I guess you'll just have to go to the Culture Lounge in Greensboro, North Carolina at 1707 Spring Garden at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night, and see whether or not you see me there. I Google it first, because depending upon where you are in time, they may or may not be there or at that address anymore. So again, back it up if you want to hear the address again. I know this is a recording. All right, there we go. There's some other pages. This one reminds me of a mural over near the Odin Brewery in Greensboro, North Carolina. They don't have food, but sometimes they have food trucks out there. So I wonder what's going to be there today. This is one that I like. Look at there. And these are kind of for the Portal series. I sat in the sun one day, and just all of these images started to come in. So the light was just talking to me. And this is one that was kind of a mistake, but I was trying to draw a butterfly. I messed it up and then ended up doing that. I like the way that turned out. So this is considered a blank. Why is it a blank? Because I have not doodled in the little bitsy bits of the piece or what have you. And this is, this is considered a coloring page. So this is an art piece. So I took the bitsy bits and doodled inside, and that's what came out. It kind of looks like motion. I appreciate that too. So this is what I call a blank. So it's the lines and circles that make up the basis for what I do with my art, which I call Tango Zen, which means, I have Zen. I love Spanish. I've been studying it for years. I'm not quite conversational, and I do understand more than I actually speak. And maybe on future, on future lessons, we will talk about what those are. So these pieces, and this is something that was made with a straight edge. There's stuff in here I don't want to fall out. This is a meditation on the word optimism. So it's got lines in here. So what I would do is sit down and doodle within the lines. And okay, I think the rest of these you've probably already seen before. There are a couple of repeats in there. This is one that is a meditation on the word gratitude. I can say for myself that when I was doing this, I was very upset because just looking at it, the stuff that came out, there's a lot more chaotic. And as I continue to use art as my own individual means of therapeutic loving, here is one. Ooh. Now, if you are in North Carolina and have ever received a sample coloring page like this, then that is your ticket for an amazing gift. So all I gotta do is comment down below and that I am gifted, and you have to post a picture that you have it, and then we'll take care of sending you or getting in touch with you to send you the special gift. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my little snack-a-ma-bob now, which Thrifty Fitness, Thrifty Food, cook what you have. I was talking to a friend of mine about something that I was cooking, and they were advocating me eating more fruits and vegetables, and true, that is good. And I have what I did with my little succotash type situation today. This is eggplant that I got from the food pantry. Red bell peppers. There's some red bell peppers, eggplant, onion. Yeah, that's what this is. And I was like, I think this would be good with some rice. Now, here's a memory from my childhood. My mom, God rest her soul, was an academic. She was not a chef. She was not a cooker. She was not a cleaner per se. She wanted us to be intellectually smart. So she's not a cooker. My dad did more cooking that I recall. I'm almost 50 now, so it was a long time ago. But she just had this thing where she would bring home different fruits and vegetables or whatever that she came across at the grocery store, the farmer's market, maybe somebody gave her. She would just boil it. No salt. No seasoning. Just boil it. I really just had no idea how food was supposed to taste until I started learning about cooking myself. And I'm grateful for Monique, one of my first girlfriends, who taught me how to cook. I know I drove her crazy because I didn't know how to clean. Insane. And she didn't know how to communicate with me in a way that helped. I didn't know how to understand. That was one of the things that bothered her. So at any rate, whenever she left, what I would do at night, cook dinner, sit down with my daughters and watch them eat and let them eat all they wanted. And if they ate everything, then I did not eat dinner that day. So, but at any rate, I feel as though I've always wanted to like be more of a presence in my children's lives. Like I recall feeling like I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, like for so long, and I never quite got to the point where I was vibrating with that stay-at-home mom kind of energy, because I was raised relatively resilient to have your own. So that didn't necessarily foster the stay-at-home mom mindset, because I did not become a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to, and I've had glimpses of that, and I've worked with several stay-at-home moms in my shamanic walkabout. But it's really about what you think you're worthy of. So I met someone a few years back that gave me the impression they were happy for me to be their stay-at-home person. And I was working on a coaching business, and I had decided, talking to one of my girlfriends, here's the thing that I did not do that I should have, was talk to them about my feelings, about my relationship with them. I've learned that is like the so yes, but it has to be from a spirit of understanding yourself. I understand myself so much better now. I understand what I want so much better now. I understand other people so much better now. I feel as though I can communicate my own desires now. I'm working on understanding other people's, because like that's a process too. People say and do different. They say they want something, and then the step that they could take towards, and I'm guilty of this myself, as I'm saying, I'm just like, ooh, I'm judging myself. I want something, but the steps I take towards it are not in line with that. So I want a healthier body. I need to eat healthier. I need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Do I need to move my body more? Yes. Do I want to dance more? Yes. I feel like dancing would be better, because my environment is relatively tidy. I can entertain myself energetically for quite a while among my toys and things. So that's just it. But my intention is to add more loving movement. I do have an appointment today. I met through the Cuddle Comfort site someone, and we're going to go for a walk and talk, get some fresh air. The sun is out today. I may need to take like a light jacket or put on some sleeves, but like, yeah, this is how I'm going. Showing that I might fix my bangs just slightly. Anyway, a little bit different. But yeah, making new friends, nurturing the relationships that I have, appreciating them for what they are. I have been learning to let go of relationships that are draining, because I feel as though that gives me the opportunity to put that energy back to myself, so that I can be a better friend to those people, should they ever come back into my life experience again, or I mean, whomever else chooses to come into my life experience in the future. Because yeah, ultimately my goal is to be the best version of myself, the loving me, that loves other people unconditionally, that can call people on their shit, talk a little shit, a lot of shit, but just have the actions to back up the love that's in my heart, both for myself and for other people. So I do my best to be a woman of my word. And as I was listening to myself say that one day, it occurred to me that like, okay, what word have I not been keeping? What promise have I not been keeping to myself? I give you my word. That means I give you my promise, right? My promise to myself is that I love me. I need to show other people that, like, as I show myself that, give myself patience, right, and read and enjoy like the things that enliven me, so that when I go out into the world, I can be a source of peace and tranquility. Because I feel like that we need more of that. We do need, like, yeah, more examples of love to point at. See, look, that person is loving. That person loves themselves. Let that be You pointing at you. So yeah, I'm gonna finish eating this. I try to keep these relatively short, so since we are over the 30-minute mark, we're gonna close this on out. Stay tuned for a separate recording for a reading. And I don't read tarot cards. I use a number system, but I intuited the information that I got from someone else about that uses the same tool to I'm looking for my playing cards. Got some jumbos. Okay, so yeah, see, look, Spirit's like, yes, you said you were gonna do the card, so do the card. Okay, thank you for reminding me. But I need to learn how to do timestamps and different stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm getting better at the thing. So, so the message of the Jack of Diamonds is enjoy the journey. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with other people. Know that you are worthy of the desires of your heart, and it's on its way to you. Know that diamonds are made with time, heat, and pressure. So give yourself the time. Make sure that your body gets some loving movement, a massage, if we're talking about that, and that's heat and pressure right there to loosen up. And then that way, okay, so I'm getting something here. You can let go of the pain of the past and move forward to the future that's meant for you. I appreciate you. You're beautiful, sexy, amazing, and your butt looks nice. Double eights. Your greatness is separate from what anyone thinks of you when you see yourself the way that God do, boo. A perfect version of yourself, an imperfect version of someone else. Now we sin by comparison with envy for what we do see, without compassion for what we don't see. That's all the hard work that goes into making you, you, and me. Now true love is what you are worthy of. Know that God's love is the love that's true. You got to dig deep to understand that God is within you. Now share your vision. Know that help comes from the most amazing places, and everything you get and everything you don't get. Every no is an opportunity for a better yes. Now that yes must be to yourself. Even when in distress, reach out to the universe. Acknowledge what you don't know, because you don't know everything. And the enormity of what you don't know is so mind-boggling that becoming at peace with the fact that you don't know anything but what you do know, and focusing on the things that you want to know, will help life be a bit more enjoyable. Now, you know, they do say ignorance is bliss, like, okay. But peace is compassion. That is empathy in action. So know that what's great in one environment may not be great in another. So just be the greatest version of yourself no matter what environment that you're in. And I heard once someone say that the most powerful person in a room is the one that can love. So and both love themselves and other people around them. Like when you love yourself, like boom, unconditionally, that love radiates off of you in a way that, like, other people, they see it but they don't understand it. So they see your creativity, they see your awesomeness, your carefree attitude, playfulness. And I got the Jack of Diamonds once again. Enjoy the journey. Spirit wants you to be playful, to enjoy yourself, to enjoy other people. Be a blessing to those who you choose to bless, and those who you choose not to bless, leave them in their own mess. Now, it's not a bad thing for you to choose you over someone else, particularly if that someone has, has a need more greater than you can fulfill. And that is a lesson that I've learned from my separation. Just examining my prior relations and whatnot, knowing that everyone's doing the best that they can. So you can't be what you aren't, and if you're not aware of your ability to choose to be other than you are, you can choose to be at peace. You can choose to be at war. And that is being at war within yourself, because that's the only fight there is. We go to war over beauty and coochie and all these other kind of things. Just our perspective of what somebody that we don't know said or did to somebody else that we don't know. So sometimes getting real laser focused on your individual wants and what you know that those are satisfied, learning about how you can help someone else get something that you have, because we live in an abundant universe. Abundance. Jesus saved, Christ forgives, nature provides. Everything comes from somewhere. From here, from the earth. And it ends up just going through a process in order to become this computer. Goes through a process to become these cards. Goes through a process to become the bed that I'm sitting on, the sheets that are on the bed. Like, yeah. So, it is a grateful experience to, know that there are many minds that go into the making of a joyous life. Getting into yourself, learning who you are with nothing. Absolutely nothing. Who are you when you have nothing? No clothes, no money, no phone, no computer, no bed. If you find yourself saying at least a lot, you need to look into yourself. Do your inner work. And if you have stayed this far and you'd like to book a reading, the link is in the description. Feel free to give me a comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so that you can get messages on the next time that I post content, because I'm getting into the flow of it. So thank you so much for being you. Thank you for being with me. Have a good one. I don't know why this thing doesn't want to stop recording. Pause, stop recording video. Where's my mouser? Seashell. Do 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 do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, that must be